through the pool, and they follow me as I sit restrained. I see houses by the field, there's no real back from my eyes, and the white cloud above the plane come flying on my track, and flying on my track, painting your face in the sky while wind sway my head. Face the sun, let it burn through my skin. I don't care if it's you, don't care if it's you that I'm coming to. Somehow I felt like something is missing. Felt like I was daydreaming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With my arms around you, well, it's just a dream, and it's a real long way. Come flying on my track, and flying on my track, painting your face in the sky while wind sway my head. Face the sun, let it burn through my skin. I don't care if it's you, don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's you that I'm coming to.
That's song number 2 on today's MSI. Now, we've got some reports out there in the audience from Jay that he's hearing what's on the playback page. The only way he could do that is he's on the playback page. So, Jay, cut it out. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, it's been one of those days, folks. Don't rile me up. I'm just saying. All right. We're glad to see Sam and Seth here with us this afternoon. We want to apologize for all the technical issues we've undergone today. But hey, again, I stressed this more than once, and I'll say it again, I'm sure, at some point. When you do a live show, you never know what is going to happen, and that is indeed exactly the case here today. We're going to start things off with the review for song number 2 with Tom. So, Tom, what do you think?
I like this. Musicianship was really good. Vocal, again, too low. Needed to have its own space. Could have been. She had a very nice voice, beautiful voice, and I think they should have brought out those characteristics more. The toms had a very nice sound to them, even if a tad a sconce over on the prefab side, but they sounded good and they stood out from the rest of the drums, though, and made the rest of the drums seem just a little bit smaller. They could either have been brought down in the mix, or the drums been made bigger, and then you would have had to, of course, make the vocal louder. But overall, nice piano playing. And as I said, I think this one might make it on indie stations. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate that, Tom. Thank you. And let's head on over to Ken and find out what he thought. Ken? Now I can't hear you at all, Ken.
Is he speaking?
Yeah, he's pointing around over to something else, and he's going to look and see what happened here. You might check if your microphone is plugged directly in. You might check your audio preferences again, Ken. And while he's taking a look at that, we'll just go on over to Ian to find out what he thought. Ian?
Yeah, it's cute, isn't it? But I don't necessarily mean that in a good way. As Tom said, there were some great performances. I found the mix, everything was on top of each other. That vocal was buried. The mix was far too bright. The piano was dominant. The toms were far too loud. Everything just seemed to be crowding each other and fighting for attention and just burying that vocal. Maybe it's overcompression. Maybe it's just everything's been mixed up there. But I mean, I like the arrangement. I like the change of pace in the song. But it was lacking any sort of harmonies or backing vocals. And I could hear the sneaky use of auto-tune creeping in there, in and out there as well. And then it kind of didn't go anywhere. It kind of got on this level with the big piano and the big drums and this sort of cute little vocal. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't build any from there. And because everything was on top of each other anyway, it lost its dynamic. This needed some strings or a big heavy guitar just sitting low in the mix just to bring things out and add some more dynamic to it. Yeah. Didn't really grab my attention. It just seemed a mess.
All right, well, I understand where you're coming from. Find out if Ken's back with us. I certainly hope.
Please,
All
please
right.
tell me you can hear me.
I can.
Okay.
I can, absolutely. Let's hear what you thought of. I think if there's a prize we can give out for technical issues, between you and me, we ought to make it with no problem.
I shouldn't have hired my union technical crew. It's my own fault.
What do you think of number 2?
Well, actually, and again, I'm not the technical guy, so I'm just going to talk about the aesthetics. To me, this is kind of my kind of music. I actually liked it a lot. I like the vocals. Of course, one of the biggest tours that I currently voice is Celtic Woman. Not to compare the song at all to Celtic Woman, but I like female vocalists in general. I can't think of any of the others because I have a terrible memory, but I like a lot of them. So this one spoke to me. I liked it, and musically I thought it was great. I thought the song and the melody all was something that I could see putting it on my iPod. I really do. So I liked it, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Sounds very cool. Now, I do want to let everybody know, because of our technical issues, I forgot to introduce song number 1, so I'm going to do that while I introduce song number 2. Song number 1 was called One Step Closer by Eccentric. And the song you just heard was called Painting Face in the Sky by Afternoon Coffee. We'd like to thank them both for sending their tracks in to the MSI Labs, and we really appreciate the fact that they did. Gentlemen, you know what time it is. You know what you got to do now. You got to select an item for Song of the Week. So I'm going to leave it to you to fight it out amongst yourselves and let me know what you think.
No question for me, number 3.
Is it just the 3 of us, or can everybody hear our thoughts now?
Everybody can listen to what you're thinking, and you can tell them your rationale or whatever you want.
Censor your thoughts, though. Be careful what you think.
You can say whatever you want.
I just don't need to stand up right now. That's what I was getting at.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, to me, it comes down to the last 2 songs. I'm torn between 2 and 3. I don't know if I can give my vote to both, but that's what I would do. Maybe we need a tiebreaker. I have to pick one?
You got to pick one, yeah.
Okay, well, if I have to pick one, my personal favorite was the second song, the middle song. The third one is a very close second place for me, but no, the second song for me was the one that spoke to me best.
All right, so you pick number 2 then.
Yeah.
All right, Tom? Tom, your thoughts?
My thoughts, skirts need to be shorter.
No. Let me reel you back in here.
Here we go. Sorry
music,
about that.
Tom, music.
Let me clear the drool. It is a tough choice between 2 and 3. 2 is very poppy and I think very commercial. 3 is in a very competitive field, and it needs, you know, the minor the tweaks I mentioned. So
He's fallen asleep.
I'm trying to remember both parts of each song, and you
You're
know,
going to
I'm
say
gonna
that
have to
number
go.
3 should take it.
I'm gonna go with number 2.
Going with number 2. So it looks like number 2 is our song of the week, Painting Face in the Sky by Afternoon Coffee.
Just because it's a woman singing.
Uh,
No, because it had the word coffee in it.
That's as good a rationale as any today, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thanks, gentlemen, for your thoughts on the song of the week. Ken, we'd like to thank you as well for being with us. The audio and technical issues aside, it's been a real treat as always.
Next time, I'm sure I'll come up with something different. And thank you for having me.
You know what I can see next time. Well, I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to jinx it. It's not. I forget I even brought it up. But hopefully you'll have Bigfoot in the studio with you next time.
Well, he's here in spirit all the time anyway. So yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate.
Can you give us a quick line, like
Oh,
instead
sure,
of saying
sure.
instead of saying Bigfoot, say big pink head.
Well, like my friend who does the opening for Law and Order and the criminal justice system, his signature is "These are their stories." Mine, of course, is the simple opening line of, and I did this for you earlier. On this episode, hold on. Sorry, I know we got running out of time. I love Entertainer Secret. On this episode of Finding Bigfoot, on this special episode of Finding Bigfoot. That's it.
A big,
that's without-
big kid.
Yeah, that's without all the great processing that makes me sound like a professional.
You sound good anyway, Ken.
You got a great voice there.
Well, thank you. Thank you,
And
guys.
Thank you for being with
Cheers,
us.
Ken.
Thanks to everyone
here.
out in the audience
And
for being
Ken,
with us.
I want to apologize on behalf of the whole staff. We all take responsibility for the tech here, even though it's all Rich's fault.
Yeah.
I was going to say, speak for your bloody self, Tom. You know?
Yep.
No, I apologize.
Stay off my
for-
side, dude.
I'm going to cut these guys off and let everybody else get out of here. We're going to play out with Afternoon Coffee's Painting Face in the Sky. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. And we'll see you again next week right here on MSI.
Should have been 3.